Welcome to this week's edition of Tracking the Wolves with your voice of the Wolves. That's me, Ben Root. Time to look back at last week's action for your Northern State University athletic squadrons. We start on Tuesday of last week. It was the final midweek game, if you will, for your Northern State University volleyball team as the teams took on their travel partners throughout the NSIC. And Northern would, knock their partner off, going up to Moorhead and defeating the Dragons in a 4-set bout. Volleyball team then proceeded to play their standard Friday and Saturday matchups. Friday hosting the team that eliminated them last season from the postseason as they went up against Winona State, and the 6th-ranked Warriors would pick up the win in straight sets in this one. Northern struggling a bit in the second set after going nip and tuck in the first set and not able to convert on a set point. They would lose that first set in extra points and then fall in straight sets against Winona State. There were 10 kills in the match from Lauren McCafferty, but it wasn't enough to get the win. Team did bounce back nicely though Saturday. Northern volleyball team there in straight sets would take the sweep over Upper Iowa University. A career high 17 kills in that one for senior Tori Biach, and also in double figures in that match was Lauren McCafferty again. 10 kills in the match this time, while Holly Vancura had 10 kills and finished with a double-double thanks to her 15 digs. And speaking of digs, it was a career night as well for the freshman Jaden Langley defensively. 28 digs for her in that victory for your 13th ranked Wolves. That, of course, going into this week, new rankings will be coming out from the AVCA here before this coming weekend, of course. Also on the pitch this past weekend, your Northern soccer squad had a phenomenal week on the road as they did not give up a single goal. On Friday, the team picked up a 2-0 shutout or Saturday, I should say, picked up a 2-0 shutout. The team getting the victory at Upper Iowa University. Anna Bondi had a goal and an assist in that one. The assist going to Darian Leszewski's goal, and that's the goal that started things off early in the contest. Bondi with the insurance goal came late in that game for the 2-0 win. And on Sunday, Bondi again put it in the back of the net, this time a victory at Winona's place, 1-0 for NSU. And with that win, NSU right now on the cusp of the postseason as they go into their final games of the regular season this Friday and Sunday with the one home game and one road game. We'll talk about that upcoming schedule here in just a bit. But tip of the cap to Stacy Cavill picking up both of those shutouts for your Northern soccer team. Moving on to the swim squad, NSU there had a duel up in Moorhead on Friday. They would come up short in that contest, 149-113, but a number of wins, including another 3-win performance from Hannah Castigar. Castigar winning 3 events, 2 of them in school record time, shattering her own records from earlier this season. And there were also victories there from Kalina Emus. You had a victory for Jamie Fuse. Kayla Sproles came in first place in an event as well, as did Etta Skorik. Because a bunch of swimming isn't nearly enough exercise, well, Hannah Castigar then drove down to the NSIC Cross Country Championships and competed the next day, Saturday, believe it or not. She didn't drive herself. It was head coach of the swim squad, Elise Castigar, doing those honors. But nonetheless, what an amazing feat of athleticism from Hannah Castigar. She goes down and competes at the NSIC Championships for your Northern Cross Country team. And in case it wasn't enough just to compete, why not take all conference honors while you're at it? She ended up finishing in 9th place overall for the women, earning first team all conference. Women's team ended up tied for 8th place there overall, while the men finished in 9th place. And the Northern football team, of course, was in action over the weekend too. The football squad kept their perfect home record intact, eking out a victory there over the visiting St. Cloud State Huskies, 29-28, the final in that ball game. And the final, well, it was really all thanks to all 3 aspects of the game. You've got your defense. The team comes up with the only turnover of the contest as Matt Thorson had a takeaway on a fumble recovery, and the team ended up with 4 3-and-out defensive stops in the second half after having none of those in the first half. You had the special teams as Nathan Shaw kicked 3 field goals, going 3 for 3, and actually earning your NSIC Player of the Week honor because of his accuracy with that foot of his. And you have your offense. Christian McElvain ends up throwing for 300 yards for the first time in his career. Ends up with 2 touchdown tosses, the first of the year to Zach Barber, and the 6th of the season for Connor Doherty, doubling his touchdown total from a season ago. And the team as a whole offensively running the football. Nick Truan ended up with a touchdown carry in the contest and 538 yards of total offense. That is a season high for your NSU squad. So we'll see what lies ahead as we look at your upcoming schedule here in a few. But we'll talk volleyball next, joined by Tori Biach and Lauren McCafferty, a couple of seniors from your Northern volleyball team when we return on Tracking the Wolves.
Being part of a great team means you know your role and you work your role to the best of your ability. If you're consistently going to show up and be your best, you're going to be part of that team. You can see the success they have over time. It's not just 1 year flash in the pan. It's consistent success over time, which makes them great. And that's where the work ethic comes in. The ability to come into work, do the same thing repeatedly day after day after day, and putting your best foot forward is going to separate you from the rest.
Choose the experts. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to Tracking the Wolves. Ben Roots here, talking a little volleyball on this edition of Tracking the Wolves, joined by a pair of the seniors on the squad here, Tori Biach and Lauren McCafferty with us. Thanks for joining me, ladies. A strong weekend for both of you. Tori, you did something nobody else did this weekend. You had a birthday, so congrats on that.
Thank you. Yeah, I did. I turned 22, the most important birthday that ever happens.
22, all right. Well, ended up with 17 kills. You tied your career high on Saturday in the win against Upper Iowa. Did you like that? I mean, what kind of led to the strong performance? You played well as well on Friday, hitting about 4 or something, and then 500 on Saturday. So hit well both days, but did you feel better Saturday, or you just felt good all weekend, really?
I mean, I felt good both days, but on Saturday we were in system more, so I had a lot more opportunities to hit than I did on Friday, where I had a lot less attempts. I think only 12. So it would have been possible to get 17. But yeah, I mean, our passers did a really great job of keeping us in system on Saturday and getting a ton of digs, and that led to me getting more opportunities.
You getting a little tired of playing Winona?
Yeah, I mean, but we might get to see him again. You never know how the conference tournament turns out, and I think we definitely did not give them our best performance, as always.
A solid first set, but kind of slipped up there. Like you said, staying in system. That really didn't happen in the second set much at all. Lauren, still, you ended up with 10 kills in that match, and then 10 again the next day. So a couple more, double-digit kill nights to put on your resume there, if you will. Looking at moving forward with just 6 matches to go, what do you think the team needs to do here to kind of, improve that playoff spot and make sure you do get into that bracket?
Well, like Tori said, we passed really well this weekend, so make sure that our hitters are in system and Ashley can set quick like we did this weekend. That'll help us a lot. And we have a lot of tough games coming up, so we just have to make sure that we split the weekend at least win 1 game every weekend.
Yeah, 6 matches, 4 ranked opponents, and I still think Sioux Falls should get ranked here in the AVCA. I don't know, we'll see what happens with the Cougars, but they've been playing awfully well, kind of getting overlooked, and right now they'd be in the bracket too. But a lot more playing time, obviously, for you this year, and being from Aberdeen and finally getting to be out there at on Don Meyer Court. Have you really enjoyed this season? Have you had time to kind of soak it in?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we always have new games that we're focusing on, so can't really dwell on the last games, just looking forward. So yeah, it's been a fun season so far.
And doing a good job out there, and getting to play with one of your teammates from high school too, with Manitoban out there. Do you two go at it at all during practice, and she's defense and you're all offense, really?
Not really. We're on the same team a lot, I guess, for practice, but not so much, no.
Oh well, maybe sometime down the road. Tori, you are here, both of you graduating soon here, being seniors, but I know Tori, being the genius and all, you're going to be in school for a while longer. What's your next plan after graduation here?
I graduate in December, and then I'll be taking a little life break until the summer, and then I'll be attending medical school for the next 4 years. So it's really my last break for a long time.
Well, yeah, enjoy that break. That's a well-timed break there, because going back into it with med school. Any plans or expectations of where you're going to go and what you plan on doing?
I'm still waiting to hear from a few more schools. I've already been accepted to one, but I've already had 2 more interviews, and then I have 2 more coming up in the future. So I'll wait until I hear all of my options before I decide.
And Lauren, senior as well, as I get tagged here. That's nice. What's your graduation plans and post-grad plans?
I'm graduating in May, and I plan on being a teacher. I want to stay in South Dakota. Don't really know where in South Dakota yet, but that's what I'll be doing next year.
Well, a lot of good bonuses with the teaching and staying in state, right? Isn't that works well? So that's good. Any particular class or grade level or specialty you have?
I'm looking at upper elementary or like middle school math and language arts.
Do you speak other languages then?
I don't. No.
Yeah. As long as you're getting one, right?
Yeah,
That works. So that's good. As we get to wrap things up here, Lauren McCafferty and Tori Biach, they can go get some practice in. What's been your, favorite experience? I know you still have some matches to go here, and winning the championship this year is going to be the highlight later. But the past few years, what's been your top highlight?
I think that for me, there's been a lot of highlights over the years, but probably like freshman year was, like, when I look back on it, like making the NCAA tournament, it's probably like the highlight of my career so far. And last year I went on that stint of beating the number ones. That was a pretty cool feeling as well. But this year, it's been fun kind of playing with a new team, discovering who we are, and defying expectations, because people had very little expectations of what to come, and it's always kind of been about the class above us, and it's been nice kind of getting to establish us as our class and making a statement for who we are.
Yeah, a lot of concentration on the seniors that graduated last year, and you're still making a name for yourself here this year is your own senior class. And Lauren, what have you enjoyed most here the past few years?
Obviously playing this year is a cool highlight, but going to Florida with the team was a fun experience. And obviously last year we were really successful. That was fun to be a part of.
Well, continued success to both of you two in school, whether it's learning or teaching. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Tori Biach and Lauren McCafferty here on Track in the Wolves. We'll be back with the upcoming schedule in just a moment.
NCAA championships are something special.
Filled with memories we will carry with us for the rest of our lives.
We ask that you cheer hard for your institutions.
Acting responsibly and courteously towards those around you.
In the spirit of sportsmanship, enjoy the game, and let's provide our student athletes, coaches, officials, and fellow fans the respect they deserve.
Welcome back to Tracking the Wolves. Let's take a look at what's going on this week on your Northern sports schedule. First up, coming up on Friday, you've got the NSU soccer team with Senior Day. It's their final home contest of the season and a lot to play for. NSU soccer team has 2 games remaining, and they are just on the edge of the playoffs right now. They would be in if the playoffs ended today, which obviously they don't. So they'll need some wins here to get in. They'll see what they can do up in at home at Jerdy Field, taking on the team from Bismarck, UMary, on Friday afternoon. Then on Sunday, they'll wrap up the regular season as they visit Minot, and it'll be a tough contest. Minot so far this year has yet to lose in NSIC play, so Northern might need a little bit of help to get in, or why not just go ahead and shock Minot and knock off UMary and get into that postseason. Also this weekend, NSU volleyball team is on the road. They've got a tough task at hand as well. They'll visit Mankato coming up on Friday and then travel to Concordia University St. Paul's Place there in the Twin Cities on Saturday. And also this weekend, your Northern football team is back at it. They'll visit Bismarck and take on the UMary squad. That's a 1 o'clock kickoff this Saturday afternoon on ESPN 1420, 107.1 and on the web, ESPNaberdeen.com. No swimming and no cross country here this weekend. Those teams taking a break and then back at it the following week. Well, for all your latest NSU sports notes, then tune in right here again for Track the Wolves next week. But till then, as always, go Wolves.